Tonight to the program, the expansion of transnational scams and what Thailand has done so far. Then Thailand's plan to achieve net zero emissions and the diminishing tradition of Chinese opera in Thai culture. Swadika, I'm Nad Bunag and welcome to This Week with Thai PBS World. Right now, nothing is as worrying as falling victim to an online scam. But a scam that you may have seen on your phone is just one side of the coin. The other side shows a more disturbing problem, a network of scammers, those behind those organized crime groups, and those who are lured to work in scam compounds facing torture and exploitation. Transnational scams are becoming a global concern, and Thailand has placed this at the top of Thailand's national agenda. Let's take a look back at what has been done so far.
วันนี้แจ้งครม.ว่าให้ถือว่าสแกมเมอร์เป็นเรื่องที่เป็นวาระแห่งชาติ
Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul announced on Tuesday that the transnational scam problem will be prioritized as part of the national agenda. Among the strategies is to cut internet connections and electricity supplies immediately to all areas in two neighboring countries known to shelter online scam operations. As scam operators also include those holding dual citizenships, he has also ordered the Interior Ministry to revoke the Thai citizenships of offenders involved in these scam operations. The new round of measures came after South Korea called on authorities to repatriate their citizens who have been lured into working for scam centers in Cambodia following the shocking murder of a young South Korean student back in August. Eventually, Cambodia's Prime Minister Hun Manet met with South Korea's second Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs Kim Jina, pledging to combat online scams without needing cooperation from Thailand. Thailand's Prime Minister also confirmed to South Korean President Lee Jae-myung last week that it is ready to cooperate in tackling transnational online scam networks in Cambodia. The problem also unveiled a shocking secret: the alleged involvement of 7 Thai politicians. Rumor or not, Anutin vowed to take drastic action against any politicians involved with transnational scam networks in Cambodia.
ผมยืนยันว่าผมไม่ดูว่าชื่ออะไรตำแหน่งอะไรถ้าพฤติกรรมนะครับมันเข้าข่ายการกระทำผิดอย่างชัดเจนแล้วถ้ามีหลักฐานของการกระทำผิดขึ้นมาเนี่ยนะครับไม่ดูชื่อครับนะครับใครก็ผิดแล้วก็ต้องดำเนินการ
Later, the Deputy Finance Minister, who was implicated by foreign media as one of the politicians involved, announced his resignation. Still, he has denied any connection to such illicit activities.
ครับจากสถานการณ์ที่ผมถูกใส่ร้ายป้ายสีด้วยข้อมูลเท็จผมจำเป็นต้องใช้เวลาและพลังเยอะในการดำเนินคดีทางกฎหมายกับผู้ไม่หวังดีซึ่งอาจส่งผลกระทบต่อภารกิจหลักของผมในการขับเคลื่อนนโยบายของกระทรวงการคลังให้บรรลุผลผมก็ไตร่ตรองอยู่นานแล้วก็ตัดสินใจว่าผมจะลาออกจากตำแหน่งรัฐมนตรีช่วยว่าการกระทรวงการคลัง
Meanwhile, the Inter-Parliamentary Union accepted Thailand's resolution on transnational crimes and scams for discussion as a matter on its emergency agenda. In presenting the Thai resolution, People's Party MP Rangsiman Rome said that scam operations are flourishing in Southeast Asia, with hundreds of thousands of innocent people being deceived out of their money, while many other people are being deceived and forced to work for scam call centers.
If we remain silent, this empire will keep expanding, feeding on our inaction. We call upon all Parliament to unite, to close legal loopholes, strengthen anti-trafficking frameworks, and ensure response that are human, right-based, and grounded in dignity and justice.
Transnational scams and organized crimes are rapidly increasing and evolving fast. To determine how many scam centers and how many victims are there in exact numbers would be quite difficult though, as the figures could be much higher than they appear. UNODC has compiled a map which indicates where scam centers are. Unfortunately, Thailand has become a transit point for these criminals. The report says that Cambodia is becoming a scam hub, and according to this report, a lot of these scam centers are mostly driven by Chinese organized crime groups. This coincides with Amnesty International's report, which found that at least 54 scam centers have been identified in 6 cities across Cambodia. There are also 14 more locations that are suspected to contain scam operations. Scam compounds are highly concentrated in areas such as Sihanoukville, which is known to be one of the largest scam centers there. Other locations include Poipet, which is right next to Thailand's Sa Kaeo province. In addition to Cambodia, we also cannot forget Myanmar because there are many active scam centers there as well. The best-known scam cities are in Myawaddy, Shwe Koko, and Ta Kilek townships. And in terms of the damage done, UNODC has estimated that in East and Southeast Asia, scam operations and cyber-enabled fraud caused financial losses of between 18 to 37 billion US dollars in 2023, which are the latest figures available. As to why it remains difficult to tackle these scam operations, I had a chance to speak with the UNODC and a renowned criminologist about what the Thai government and those of nearby countries should be doing to tackle this problem. This is a scam city in Cambodia, and this is what it looks like today, proving that transnational scams are growing and it's becoming a global concern. UNODC's regional representative to Southeast Asia and the Pacific identifies 3 key issues that allow scam operations to persist. These include lack of governance in certain locations, loopholes in regulations covering online gambling and money laundering, and a lack of cooperation in cracking down on scams and extraditing offenders. These loopholes, he says, allow criminal groups to avoid being arrested.
It's mainly because the organized crime groups behind these operations, they're very good at identifying loopholes. They're very good at identifying, limited capacities or lack of governance in specific areas. And what they do is specifically target these places to set up their operations and work there. And they very specifically target countries where they see maybe lower enforcement capacities or governance challenges that they can use in their favor. And they're also very good in using borders for their advantage. So they move freely between borders. They have different nationalities often, which they use very effectively to simply evade arrest or evade extradition to other countries, for example. And that makes it really, really difficult to address these groups. And on top of that, they've set up over the years a very sophisticated way of moving money in between different jurisdictions. And that again is something that makes it really, really difficult to do what law enforcement would normally do under such circumstances, which is to follow the money to get to the source of the issue.
The legal loopholes are just one aspect of the problem, though. A Thai criminologist from Rangsit University feels that international cooperation in cracking down organized crime groups in neighboring countries remains a bigger challenge, especially for Thailand. In a way, the ongoing border conflicts have also hampered the efforts as well as corruption.
เพราะฉะนั้นถ้าจะถามเรื่องความร่วมมือการบูรณาการการประสานงานระหว่างเรากัมพูชาก็ต้องเรียนว่าเขาอาจจะไม่เป็นร้อยกับเราเท่าที่ควรเพราะฉะนั้นผมว่าอาจจะต้องอาศัยเป็นพื้นที่ตรงนี้นะครับเราเป็นฮีโร่และบูรณาการความร่วมมือกับประเทศอื่นที่พลเมืองเขาได้รับผลกระทบไม่ว่าจะเป็นเกาหลีใต้นะครับจีนสหรัฐอเมริกาอังกฤษและประเทศในยุโรปเนี่ยแล้วขับเคลื่อนสร้างกลไกการประสานงานแล้วก็สร้างกลไกที่จะบังคับใช้กฎหมายกับผู้ที่เกี่ยวข้องเกิดการแลกเปลี่ยนข้อมูลข่าวสารในทั้งเรื่องของตัวเหยื่อผู้กระทำความผิดผมว่าตรงนี้ก็จะทำให้ภาพลักษณ์ของประเทศไทยในสายตาต่างประเทศเนี่ยดูดีขึ้นด้วยนะครับ
While Thailand has made the tackling of transnational scams a national priority, the effort to strengthen cooperation and coordination between different government entities could have been more efficient.
ระยะเร่งด่วนเนี่ยทำได้ทันทีคือตั้งกลไกนะครับหน่วยงานกลางขึ้นมาแล้วก็มีเช่น DSI ตำรวจปปงนะครับปปชปปทกระทรวงต่างประเทศและบูรณาการร่วมกันกับเกาหลีใต้สถานทูตสหรัฐอเมริกาสถานทูตอังกฤษประจำประเทศไทยอะไรพวกนี้และหน่วยงานอื่นด้วยเนี่ยเพื่อจะมาแลกเปลี่ยนข้อมูลข่าวสารแต่ส่วนสำคัญคือต้องตรวจสอบและเพื่อความโปร่งใสแล้วก็อธิบายให้ประชาชนทราบผมว่าตรงสิ่งเหล่านี้แหละคือสิ่งที่ประชาชนคนไทยอยากจะเห็นไม่ใช่แค่เพียงตั้งคณะกรรมการหรือแค่พูดว่าจะทำอะไรแต่ว่าผลรูปธรรมเนี่ยต้องชัดเจนด้วยครับ
On the other hand, the UNODC believes that countries should not look at the issue as a policing issue.
There is a need to really look beyond the pure law enforcement, beyond the pure police response. Look at, broader regulatory framework, whether it's telecom regulations, whether it's financial regulations. Look at how the private sector fits in. And again, we're starting to see aspects of this being done in Thailand, and that's very encouraging. But that's really where some of the focus still needs to be.
Meanwhile, Thailand's defense minister has revealed that a joint task force between Thailand and Cambodia will be set up within 2 weeks to intensify the crackdown on transnational cyber scam operations. This was agreed during the recent GBC meeting in Malaysia. Tackling scam operations will also be discussed at the upcoming ASEAN summit in Kuala Lumpur, with South Korea proposing it for discussion, indicating the seriousness of the problem. Nad Bunag reporting for Thai PBS World. And now let's turn to lighter stories. The Vegetarian Festival 2025 in Thailand is officially underway and will run until October 29th. Now we take a look at the trends to see whether this religious observance remains popular among Thai people nowadays.
Phuket, a key destination for the Vegetarian Festival, is forecast to generate more than $6.6 billion from foreign tourists during the event. Looking at the domestic market alone, spending is projected to hit a 5-year high of approximately 45.9 billion baht, a 2% increase from the previous year, according to the University of Thai Chamber of Commerce Center for Economic and Business Forecasting. Although the market value has increased, the rise is only slight, as households in general continue to tighten their budgets. This market vendor said she has noticed a change in customer behavior.
มันดูแล้วลูกค้าก็ซื้อของน้อยอ่ะแล้วก็แบบว่าอย่างแต่ก่อนคนซื้อมาครึ่งโลเนี่ยก็เหลือขีด2ขีดอย่างเงี้ยคนเคยมาวันทุกวันก็จะเป็นอาทิตย์นึงมาครั้งนึงเดือนนึงมา2ครั้ง3ครั้งอย่างเงี้ยก็จะเปลี่ยนการจับจ่ายแล้วค่ะ
Despite a minor increase in market value, consumers continue to grapple with daily financial pressures. This shopper, who is not observing the vegetarian festival tradition, explains how she is losing purchasing power.
หยิบแบงค์พันมาใบเดียวเนี่ยนะถ้าเป็นอย่างไก่ซื้อไก่เนี่ยสแกนจ่ายนะเนี่ยซื้อปลาไปซื้อหมูซื้อเนื้อยังไม่มีผักนะเนี่ย
ก็เหลือน้อยลงเพราะว่าราคามันแพง
ใช่ค่าครองชีพสูงน้ำมันถั่วเหลืองเนี่ยขวดหนึ่งก็ครึ่งร้อยกว่าเกือบ100แหละ
Based on a nationwide survey of 1,272 respondents conducted from the 6th to the 12th of October 2025, 66% are not participating in the festival, while 34% are. Among participants, the leading motivations are merit making, avoiding meat only during the festival period, the availability of free vegetarian meals at temples, and its health benefits.
Well, we have to say that the Vegetarian Festival is still widely observed among Thai people. And now let's have a look at the other stories making headlines throughout the week in our weekly roundup. Paetongtarn Shinawatra has resigned as leader of the Pheu Thai party to clear the way for the party to undertake major restructuring. Meanwhile, Pheu Thai's elections director Surya Jungrungrungkit hinted that the new leader may not be a member of the Shinawatra family, as he denied speculation that he may be named to succeed Paetongtarn. More than 500 people, mostly Chinese and Indian nationals, fled from the Myanmar government's crackdown on transnational scam networks in KK Park, a notorious scam center in Myawaddy, into Mathot district of Thailand's Tak province. The escapees are being housed in 4 temporary shelters in Mathot for screening by Thai police to determine whether they worked voluntarily in scam call centers or are victims lured by attractive job offers and who were then forced to work as scammers. 20 million eligible Thais, the limit for this phase, have joined the government's co-payment scheme on the first day of registration, which was supposed to last until this Sunday. Finance Minister Niti Thampraphat said the overwhelming public response was not unexpected, and it shows that people have been waiting for a scheme that meets their needs. The Thai Immigration Bureau has dismissed foreign media reports that a Belarusian model was abducted in Thailand and taken to Myanmar, where she was subsequently found dead. According to reports by foreign media, the model was lured to Thailand by a fake modeling job offer, trafficked into Myanmar by a gang who confiscated her passport and her phone and allegedly murdered. Her remains were found with some of her vital organs missing. Thailand is aiming to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. Despite this ambitious goal, a foreign chamber of commerce has raised concerns over the country's sustainability policies, which remain unclear. The chairman also stated that clearer policies on water management and access to finance could help Thailand promote sustainability within the business sector. Frank Han-Chi has more details.
Sustainability is the goal that every country vie for to boost their competitiveness in coming years. Thailand this time hosts Sustainability Expo 2025 to showcase the strategy of climate resilience and connect between Thailand and other countries in terms of sharing knowledge. And this time I also talked to foreign investors about their recommendation and suggestion to Thailand's government for sustainable policy and climate resilience, and we'll also walk in this expo to see what the knowledge and innovation is. With the goal of reaching net zero emissions by 2050, Thailand hosted the expo to showcase the efforts of both the public and private sectors in implementing sustainable approaches. Some international companies also presented their innovations to build connections with Thai companies. The chairman of a foreign chamber noted that there are still some obstacles in Thailand that could potentially delay it reaching its sustainability goals.
Well, there are some policy and legal issues that are still a little bit unclear or have been delayed, such as the power development plan is currently a little bit stuck or delayed. So those are kind of instruments and that are quite important, I think, to set the framework and then enabling further regulations and incentives to lead to the net zero target in time. So for investors and for international businesses, anybody really, for businesses, clarity on policy is very important, right? So uncertainty is maybe almost worse than policies that are not perfect, right? So we rather like to know what we have to work with than not knowing what it will be, right? So those is one area of providing clarity on how to achieve it. And there are instruments like taxonomies and other things that can help to see how by sector we could get there. Yeah, each sector has its own contributions and targets, so how can we get there? So that's quite important.
other critical concerns are the current government's sustainability policies. With only 4 months of Prime Minister Anutin Chandrasekhara's term, the chairman emphasized that clear policies on water management and financial access are essential for advancing sustainability in Thailand's business sector.
We've lots and lots of conferences on water management. So let's stop talking and see what we can do on water management. And what does it mean if like it's getting hotter? I don't think we've thought it through. So the government might need to be a bit putting a few new risks on its awareness radar so that they can then say, okay, we see that now and how this could be affecting public but also private infrastructure, and we're beginning to put into in our incentives measures so that when companies want to be more efficient. Buildings in Bangkok is a great one, right? We have so many buildings that are actually a little bit aging. So how can we make them more efficient? Can we unlock finance quickly? Can we talk to the government and the private sector banks and provide more incentives to businesses to provide access to capital, for example, would be maybe it's hard to do something super quick within 4 months, but you can set the scene and you can do maybe a few things.
Vensky Stoling also stressed the importance of addressing flooding issues in Thailand to ensure sustainable growth, highlighting new innovations for clearing canals. He added that the government should collaborate with companies offering effective technologies to remove sediment in order to prevent frequent urban flooding.
But it's a great example, actually, because why does flooding happen? There's a number of factors, but one of them is that a lot of the waterways in Bangkok are quite clogged. There's a lot of sediments, and so there are new solutions out there now where you can actually very quickly and even access areas where traditional systems of lowering the waters and digging it out and then trucking it away, very complicated and inefficient. There are new ways. Companies that I met this week, and they have new ways to reduce the sediments in clogs and waterways in Bangkok and reaching areas that other systems can't do. But maybe the government agencies don't know about these yet. So we need to open up to new innovation rather than sticking to believing that we need a new water plant or we need something expensive. Let's listen to the innovation that is available now.
Frank and Shi reporting for Thai PBS World.
Moving on to arts and culture. Chinese culture is infused into many parts of Thai society, but some traditions that used to be very popular are now fading, one of them being Chinese opera. Our reporter Varisara Sehan spoke with a family who run this kind of opera to find out why they're doing everything they can to keep this tradition alive despite its decline in popularity. Under the stage lights, with unique and bold makeup, hair pieces, and the resonating sound of opera, this is Teochew Chinese opera, a show that is rarely seen in the modern era, except during the last quarter of the year, when the vegetarian festival usually takes place. The Teochew opera is the most popular among Chinese opera forms, as most Thai Chinese are from Teochew descent. This kind of performance is a symbol of celebration in many ceremonies and festivals in Mahayana Buddhism. Chu Duang Setang is an 80-year-old performer in the Chelang Ngek Lao Chun troupe, which is one of the oldest Teochew opera troupes in Thailand, at over 100 years old. She explained that having the opera in rituals also brings people and believers to worship their goddesses and to get blessed with prosperity.
กินเจสำคัญเพราะเราปีนึงกิน10 วันต้องเชิญเจ้า9 องค์ลงมาอันนั้นคนจีน มันนับถือที่สุดพวกลงแจเขาต้องเชิญนิ้วไปเล่นถึงจะมีคนมาไหว้เจ้าถึงจะมีคนเยอะๆ
Each performance lasts 4 to 5 hours and usually involves Chinese moral stories, such as the Justice Bow, which is honored as the cultural symbol of justice in Chinese society. There is also the face-changing magic show, which is a favorite among kids. Despite that, it cannot be denied that 90% of Teochew opera troupes in Thailand have actually dried out. Pimpan Vishian, who grew up in the troupe, said that after 40 years as a performer, she has seen the opera decline, especially as audiences from Generation X and older shrink.
ทางคณะเราเนี่ยก็มีการปรับปรุงให้ทันยุคทันสมัยคือด้วยแสงสีเสียงแล้วก็เราเพิ่มตรงจอแล้วจะมีซับไตเติลเป็นภาษาไทยให้คนมาดูเนี่ยค่ะได้รู้เรื่อง
The popularity of Teochew opera seems to be declining in Thailand. However, the audience doesn't always have to be people. They can also be goddesses.
The Teochew opera was originally performed in the Teochew dialect, but for Chelang Ngek Lao Shun, the first half of the show is dubbed in Thai, while the rest remains in Teochew for the goddesses to watch.
คนไม่มีไม่เป็นไรแต่ศาลเจ้าต้องอยู่ใช่เพราะว่าศาลเจ้าก็ถ้ามุมมองคนทั่วไปของคนศาลเจ้าก็จะไปบอกว่าถ้าเรามีงิ้วมาให้เขาดูมาให้ศาลเจ้ามาให้เจ้าดูคนก็รอบนี้ก็จะปลอดภัยอยู่เย็นเป็นสุขใช่แล้วก็งิ้วเหมือนกันงิ้วเล่นให้เขาแสดงให้เขาดูแสดงให้เจ้าดู
The 20-year-old performer Chanasin Sibuarom, the youngest in the troupe, said that they are also struggling to find the next generation of performers, as few young people are interested in this art form. Even Chanasin himself is planning to leave the stage soon. Chanasin and Pimpan share similar stories of growing up, learning and practicing Teochew opera since. Unlike in the past, children today tend to focus more on education, except as Pimpan hopes for the rare few who are still willing to learn this art form. Currently, the government is supporting the Teochew opera by including it on the folk performing art list.
ท่านก็ได้ช่วยตรงนี้ให้การแสดงของแต่ละอย่างนะคะมีจุดยืนจะได้มีสมาคมและจะได้มีการทำมาหากินต่อเนื่องกันไปอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
เราก็จะมีศาลเจ้าพ่อเจ้าแม่หนองแคเนี่ยเป็นเครื่องยึดเหนี่ยวจิตใจเวลานั้นเราก็จะมาทำบุญด้วยกันมาไหว้เจ้าด้วยกันมามีกิจกรรมร่วมกันสร้างสรรค์กันอย่างนี้เป็นต้นครับเพื่อที่สร้างคนสร้างงานสร้างอาชีพเนี่ยส่วนหนึ่งพ่อแม่ทำเอาไว้นะแล้วเราก็รับมรดกต่อนะก็คิดว่าเราก็ต้องทำต่อไป
The Teochew opera will, however, live on as long as the performers and believers continue to hold faith in the rituals and Chinese goddesses like this Thai Chinese community in Nong Khae of Saraburi province, who say they will do their best to keep these traditions alive. Warisala Saihan reporting for Thai PBS World.
And this kind of tradition is really unique and very hard to find. And that's all for this edition of This Week with Thai PBS World. Join us every Friday at 10:30 p.m. only on Thai PBS. You can also follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest stories and analyses about Thailand. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ